This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
During my day off yesterday, I got a coat rack, which I told you guys I was going to do. I said I'm going to get something to hook or hang my vests on, because now I have 5 vests. That I alternate between here in the office during the streams. As crazy as that sounds, it's been a 4-month adventure, you know, of the whole vest streak continuing and adding more and more vests to the stream content. And now that we've got 5 vests, there's just nowhere to put them in the office. Like, at first I had the vest kind of stacked in the background, then I had one sitting on the back of my chair, but now it's like, it's out of control. I got nowhere to put these things. So, I now have a vest rack.
Wow.
On the wall of my office. I took a picture of it yesterday and put it up on the internet.
And of course, immediately a bunch of idiots paying nasty, disgusting comments all over it, which I expected because that's what happens when you have no life. You sit around following my Instagram just to wait for a moment to say something derogatory to me. But it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. The Italian, it's too salty for me. Maybe if you like a lot of salty, that was like way too much salt for me.
And by the way, yes, I am joking. When I made a post, I was like, oh, these are the tools of a professional. They must be at the ready at all times. It's obviously a joke. Some people actually thought I was serious. Like, Phil thinks these vests is anything more than a joke. They're actually tools of his content creation. What a fool. Oh my god, people are just so dumb and so desperate to say derogatory things. They don't even get a joke. Like, obviously I'm being sarcastic. I've told you the entire time that I've had these vests that I think that they're ridiculously silly. But, hey, the positivity continues and the streak continues. So, I'm not going to, you know, certainly not going to downplay their effectiveness as a running kind of meme on my streams, right? And, you know, people still want to see the streak continue. I do, obviously. It's a positive thing. It's helping me a ton.
I told you guys I'd be happy just to stream without having any contributions.
What is Grounded? It's from Obsidian. That's the same company that makes games that are RPGs, etc. They just made Outer Worlds. They're working on that new game, Avowed. And this is their different style game that they made in the interim. What is it? It's a 4-player online survival co-op game where you are shrunken in a lawn. And there's killer bugs, all kinds of things going on. And you need to work together to survive. Okay? So here's the thing. If you're the kind of person who has a group of friends who like to hang out and play games online all the time, right? Think about games like The Division, right? Destiny. If you're the kind of person who likes those style of games, and you've been waiting urgently for a new co-op style of game to come out, people's feedback is that generally this game is pretty good. It's different because it's a very different premise than those other games. It's the opposite of realistic, but it's very fun, although apparently it can be difficult at times if you don't work together. People are basically saying it's a fun game, okay? But if you're not interested in the online co-op aspect, apparently the story is 20 minutes long, even though the final game is supposed to have a single-player narrative story that would carry it as a major release $60 title. Apparently now that story does not exist. Like, they have a taste of the story that's like 20 minutes long, and then it just throws you right into the online co-op, and that's it. Okay? So, for me, that's not something that I'm too interested in. Right now, I hate to say it, there's a lot of people playing it on Twitch who are playing it as a paid sponsor.
Wow. Congratulations, you're pathetic. Pretty pathetic. You show your toxic jealousy and just how petty you fucking are when you react to something like that.
So I'm not gonna, you know, it's funny how they're doing the streams and they're kissing the game's butt, and I'm like, that's great and all, but you know, it's funny how no one cared about this game, and now all of a sudden a bunch of streamers are playing it again, right? I'm not, you know, I'm not all about that, and for me, I'm already in the midst of a lot of fun stuff right now, that, and, you know, I'm really excited for Destroy All Humans this week, because that's a franchise I never played, and you guys have asked me to play over the years. So for me, am I interested in Grounded? Honestly, not really. I don't think I want to get Xbox Game Pass at this point just to play it, or buy the game in Game Preview just to play a co-op game that's not finished. If this game eventually comes out and has a full-on story-based campaign that's fun, And then there's a co-op aspect. So if I buy the game and I can play all these various different things in it, that's great. Or maybe, I get the Game Pass and then I have, different ways I can play the game. Right? Great. But for me, I just kind of shrug. I'm like, meh, it's just another co-op game for me to skip.
He had no friends.
Mr. Papavera cheered, and this is actually the first major cheer of the day. He says, you can think of a new kind of streak to do something if the vest streak ends. It can be something new to do, and you can have seasons of streaks. So when one streak ends, you start a new season and try something different. Well, here's the thing. Alright, I'll be very honest here. Why do I feel that the vest streak has worked, and why do I feel that it is so successful? Alright? Here's why. Because I didn't come up with it. This was something that the viewers organically came up with on the fly while we were watching a retrospective event. People said, do you still have that vest from this vlog that we're watching from 10 years ago? And I found it per viewer request, put it on, and it was hilarious. Then, as we were playing Minecraft, people said, we'd like to see you do celebratory things when you hit your tip skull. You just found that vest. Why not put it on? Right? So, the viewers came up with this really amazing idea. The viewers requested that it continue, and it just grew and grew and grew. If I had just come up with an idea, maybe it would have been successful temporarily, but I don't think it nearly would have been as crazy of a possible thing in a run here as this has been, okay? So, for me, you say, okay, come up with something new, so if the vest streak ends, you got something new to do. Great, but there's no guarantee it's going to work, and it might be some people don't like. I would say, if the vest streak ends, and again, let's hope it doesn't. It's amazing that it's continued as long as it did. Let's keep it going as long as we can. At the same time, if it ends, I'm still grateful. I'm not going to complain, okay? If and when the vest streak finally ends, I'm going to rely on you guys for feedback. What do you guys want next?
You fucking suck at your job. Like, holy shit. I mean, talk about minimum effort, minimum money and time involved, maximum profit.
So, let's see what happens. But, again, I don't think that we should dismiss the vest early. We don't know how long it's going to run. At the same time, I don't think it's a bad idea to start thinking about would there be other ideas people have for things that could end up being fun to do when the vest streak ends. But I don't necessarily think this is going to be something that I can come up with because you guys were the ones who came up with this awesome vest idea that has run for over 4 months now. So, let's see what happens.
I didn't even know you could be this lazy.
Mr. Papavera cheers. Speaking of a game called Grounded, it made me think, have you ever done anything growing up that you got grounded? Like, officially grounded for an extended period of time? Not to my knowledge. I'm sure there were times when I did stuff that my parents didn't approve of, and they would, okay, go to your room, and, you're stuck there for a while or whatever. But I don't officially remember being grounded for any extended period of time, no. At the same time, as I've told you guys, my parents were very, very, restrictive and protective of me, very defensive of me.
When I was a child, I was very different than the other children.
So I didn't get to do a lot of the fun stuff that my other friends did because I never had a sleepover. Not once. Not once did anyone sleep over my house or did I sleep over a friend's house. My parents wouldn't trust it. So because of that, a lot of my friends was like, man, that's stupid that you can't do a sleepover. What can I say? That's how I was. Like, they were just way more protective of me than other parents. So you might say, well, Phil was never grounded, but then again, I didn't get to do a lot of the stuff other kids got to do.
Back in high school, I was on a cocktail of medications. I mean, real talk, when I was in high school at one point, I was to the point where I was losing it. I wanted to either go do something drastic or, go nuts. There was a girl who I was obsessed with for a while. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me that I'm a bad person. It's telling me that I don't deserve any success. It's telling me that I'm ugly. It's telling me that I'm fat. It's telling me that I'm gross. It's telling me that I'm not funny, that I'm worthless, that I'm a sellout, that I'm a shill, that I'm a piece of crap, that I don't deserve any kind of positivity. I don't deserve my girlfriend. I don't deserve the love of my parents. I don't deserve to live. And it's there. And it never fucking goes away. Some people say, I'll just go on pills. That's not the solution either. Pills help. Don't get me wrong. Pills absolutely help, but they don't cure these kind of issues. They just help to mitigate and help to keep it under wraps. Like I said, sometimes it's the guy in the shoulder, like I mentioned. So maybe that guy on the shoulder goes away for a couple days. But he's going to come back, but at least he's gone for a couple days, right?
Old McLeod7 cheered. 50 bits. It seems more interested in promoting Microsoft. Excuse me, I skipped his word here. Microsoft seems more interested in promoting their cloud gaming and Game Pass. I wouldn't be surprised if this will be the last Xbox console and they're just going to focus on Game Pass and software from here on. I mean, considering the fact that they literally have not done anything besides saying, our console's the most powerful. And everyone's like, that's great, well, how about games? And they're like, well, here's Halo Infinite. Well, Halo Infinite looks like shit, so it doesn't matter how powerful your console is if your games look like shit. Oh, Game Pass. Wait, what? But we're asking you, what, what's going on with your console? Game Pass. Oh, okay, thanks, Microsoft. It really seems like they're tone deaf again. They did the same thing last console gen. Oh, everything digital. DRM on the game, so you can't give them to your friends. No trade-ins. Connect required. Like, what? No, we don't like any of this. Why do I need to buy your console if you're going to have all these shitty practices? Well, because we know better than you, so fuck you. Okay, thanks, Don Matrick. 2020 Game Pass. Well, what if I don't care about Game Pass? What if I'm looking for good games to run on a Game Pass? Okay, thanks. Well, here we go again.
Oh my god, I'm toxic. I'm fucked. I'm dead.
Alrighty, guys, I am back, and I'm ready for some Ghost of Tsushima. I hope you guys are too. So here's the thing. We're going to see if this works. Papa Vera's been in my Minecraft world all morning. I am not connected to the internet on my PS4. I've never tried doing this before, where you try to boot like a digital game when you're not online. Let's see if it works, or if it pops up and says, oh, license can't be confirmed or some crazy shit. I hope not, because I'd like Papa Vera to be able to be in my Minecraft world all morning and mess around with it. Alright, so it says network features unavailable. I don't think there's any network features needed, right? It's a single-player game. I'm pretty sure there's no multiplayer component of it that's required or anything, right? No, he hasn't been there since I last streamed. He joined in this morning, right before pre-stream. He joined the game, and so all pre-stream he's been in there messing around, and he said he wanted to take time today if he could. So we're gonna see if he can be in there for this whole stream. I think we'll be alright.
Old McLeod says the new sub badges should be different vest colors. Listen, I'm all for if someone wants to do vest sub badge emotes and change the colors, we could do that, but that's up to you guys to do that. But here's my thing. I'm worried you guys are getting so invested in the vest. What happens when the vest streak ends? Now we have all these vest emotes and vest sub badges, but now there's no vest streak anymore. I don't want my entire stream to be based off the vest streak, and then when it finally ends, which it will eventually, things go to hell. You know what I mean? Well, I'm worried because, I know for a fact attendance tonight wasn't great, which is okay. But also contributions weren't that great. Yeah, contributions have been pretty damn low tonight. And that's just a matter of fact. That's not me complaining.
That's why I was looking. I was like, oh my god, like, it's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm looking, I'm like, wow.
The contributions were real low. I was like, damn, normally with Minecraft they're way higher. That's why I was like, I don't know what's going on tonight. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.